For all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you, and a good morning to all of you. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. It is Hump Day. Yeah, we have made it through to the middle of the week. Glad to have all you here once again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all. This morning, we're going to talk about Danielle Spencer. She was on the sitcom What's Happening, and she passed away. So we're going to talk about that at the top of the show. Sharon C Jenkins has made a dating retreat or a dating summit. And we're going to talk about that. Maybe Shannon might need to go to that, as people his own age. Well, he's 60, right? So 40 is growner than 19, okay? Then Wendy Williams, there's an update in her guardianship battle. We'll talk about that. Brittsh Williams was released from jail. Brittsh Williams from Basketball Wives. We'll get into that. Disneyland could be having a third park. Now, as you all know, we talked about that during our Disneyland Rebrand Master Plan Deep Dive Live. We'll get into that. Then, of course, travel. If you are a traveler, you definitely need to be paying attention to the travel destination on this show because it can change the game for how you get through TSA. And finally, to all my retail workers, because I work in retail, this is some huge news, particularly happening in Rhode Island, but it could happen all across the United States as well eventually. So that being said, higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And one thing to know, and two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Roll it.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But whenever you're starting the daylight, and a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I say,
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is Julie Chen Moonves. It is a new morning to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You are absolutely right on this channel here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well with each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do, because we do have a lot to get to this morning, team. Yes, indeed. So let me get Danielle Spencer up here. She's our first destination right here. From Deadline.com, Danielle Spencer dies. What's happening after was 60 years old. All of our legends are passing away way too much these days. Danielle Spencer, who portrayed Raj's sassy younger sister on the 1970 sitcom What's Happening, died Monday. Her former co-star Haywood Nelson revealed on Instagram she was 60. Dr. D, our brilliant, loving, positive, and pragmatic warrior without fail, has finally found her release from the clutches of this world and a body, Nelson wrote. We celebrate Danielle Spencer and her contributions as we regret to inform her departure and transition from a long battle with cancer. We have lost a daughter, a sister, family member. What's Happening cast member, veterinarian, animal rights proponent, and healer and cancer heroine. Nelson continued. Our shero, Danielle, is loved. She will be missed from this form and forever embraced. Spencer was born on June 24th, 1965 in Trenton, New Jersey, to writer Cheryl Pelt. She began her acting career at 8 years old, just at age 8 rather. And 1976 was cast as Steve Thomas on ABC's What's Happening, which was loosely based on the film Cooley High. She appeared on all 3 seasons of the show, which ran from 1976 to 1979, and later reprised her role in the series sequel What's Happening Now. Scroll down here. Tragedy struck during production on the second season of What's Happening in 1977 when she and her stepfather, Tim Pelt, were involved in a serious car accident that left Pelt dead and Spencer in a coma for 3 weeks. She spent 6 months recovering with physical therapy. After What's Happening was canceled in 1979, Spencer segued away from acting and attended UC Davis to earn a degree in veterinary science. She later went on to Tuskegee University Veterinary School in Tuskegee, Alabama, and became a veteran in 1996. She occasionally made acting appearances after she began work as a veterinarian. She actually portrayed a veterinarian in James L. Brooks' film As Good as It Gets and appeared in Peter Rabbit and the Crucifix in 2001. Additional credits include Days of Our Lives, The Brady, and The Brady Bunch Variety Hour. So there is Dee Spencer there. Beautiful sister there. Beautiful, beautiful sister. And then here's the post here. So, y'all, another legend has passed. You know, it gets harder and harder to cover these types of stories because it's almost like your childhood being taken from you. It's almost like having your security blanket taken away from you. And I know everybody has grown up in different generations, but when a person in your culture passes away, it doesn't matter whether you've ever saw them on TV or if you just heard them, the pain still hurts, right? So like I said, very, very sad. Right here, let's see some of the comments. All this breaks my heart. Dee stole every scene she was in. She was such a gifted and naturally talented comedic actor. Dee will live on as an icon. Danielle is gone too soon. Thankfully, she lived a great life and shined bright while she was here. She was amazing on that show. And then to avoid the pitfalls of child actors and became a veterinarian. Impressive life. Rest in peace. As a white kid, growing up in the suburbs, I can confirm the other comment here that she was great. Everyone loved her character in this whole show. America's favorite sassy little sister. You made us all smile. We love you forever, Dee. I loved her. Best one-liners ever. Made you laugh every week. Gone too soon. She was hysterical on what's happening. Just a natural, great delivery, great expressions, and eye rolls. Maybe best kid actor of that period. Rest in peace, Dee. Even middle-class white kids from the suburbs were fans. That's such a nice tribute. Rest in peace. She was hilarious as Dee. Always making Raj pay her to keep quiet. And I think that is how you know you really have done your job, is everyone can love you for what you do. That's when you know you've made it. And yeah, it's just, I don't really like talking about death. You know, I don't like people talking about people passing away. Because it's an uneasiness, right? And the uneasiness is the body and that person and the energy that they create is no longer here, right? But to the What's Happening family, fandom, to Danielle's friends, family, everybody in between, I send light, love, and prayers to them. And as my mama always says, it's just another angel on the team. You know what I mean? So shout out to Danielle Spencer, who is an angel in heaven now. All right. Amen. So with that being said, let's roll on because we do have more Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here and right now. Check this out here. From blacknews.com, founder of 2025 40 Plus and Flirty Summer Dating Summit empowers grown folks to date with purpose, power, and passion. Shannon, you might need to go to this, good sir. You might need to go to this. Sharon C Jenkins, founder and CEO of the 2025 40 Plus and Flirty Summer Dating Summit, and don't worry, we'll look at the website here in just a minute, has announced that this year's event returns virtually August 20th through the 23rd, 2025, with a bold message. It's never too late to experience real grown-up love. The summit features workshops to help mature adults enhance their dating skills. This year's summit features empowering sessions on relationship dynamics, self-confidence, and communication filled with real-life stories, expert advice, and a special in-person networking event to connect with like-minded individuals. It's popping on the 3rd, on August 23rd in Houston, Texas. It's an in-person gathering, allowing networking and a chance to love. So the event is coming back virtually from August 20th to the 23rd, but there's an in-person event August 23rd. Created for singles over 40, this dynamic 4-day event offers transformative conversations, heart-healing insights, and real-life connections that go far beyond dating apps. The summit is co-founded by Sharon C Jenkins, founder of 40 Plus and Flirty, and Sharon C Williams, founder of B Art Event Services, bringing both vision and creative execution to the experience. Together, they are crafting a soulful celebration of emotional renewal and romantic revival. I created this song because grown folks deserve sacred space to rediscover love fully, faithfully, and fearlessly, says Jenkins. This event is about freedom, it's about healing, it's about choosing love again. Inspiring speakers who speak to the heart, Bishop Greg Davis, a leading voice in Christian relationship wisdom and one of the most respected faith leaders in America, will deliver a powerful message on dating with discernment, faith, and purpose after 40. Joining him is Dr. Lori Hanford, reality TV star of Later Daters. Y'all remember Later Daters from Netflix, so she will be at the event. That's good. I'm glad that Later Daters, which is a show produced by Michelle Obama and Higher Ground, it's getting some life after the show. That's really good. Sorry, y'all, my eyes are checking with me this morning. I'm not liking it. Okay. Who will offer her signature wit, wisdom, and real talk about dating confidently at any age. She'll share how to reject toxic patterns and embrace meaningful romance. Other speakers include matchmakers Jennifer J. Hayes and Amber Lowe, dating coach Diane Brandon Moody, psychologist and healer Joy Soul, pastors Ed and Marilyn Johnson of Christ Worship Center, Faith and More podcaster Diane Toroff, Time to Wait author Sharice Baggett, Aprilologist Coffee and entrepreneur Mika Diamond. It's popping in the third. Someone will conclude in It's Popping in the third, a Pop the Balloon style. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Oh, this is going to be interesting. A Pop the Balloon style in-person singles event hosted by the dynamic Marie Angelica Corrad, award-winning communications expert, community leader, and one of Houston's top 30 influential women, held on Saturday, August 23rd at Houston's Third Ward. This unique experience is designed to ignite real chemistry in a fun face-to-face environment. Guests will pop balloons to reveal icebreaker questions, matches, and more, bringing playfulness and intentionality to the dating experience. It's not just a party, it's a grown folks love encounter with purpose, prayer, and plenty of surprises. Okay, you know what? I like that. Now, I thought it was going to be these 40-year-olds going up on stage and, like, you know, having their balloons and then somebody comes out and then pop it. But I like the fact that they're flipping it, where it's going to be icebreaker questions inside these balloons and also 2 potential matches to go talk to. Now, see, if Pop the Balloon was like that, I would actually go on the show. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what's up. I like that. I like that very, very much. And here is the website here. First of all, look at this. This is a beautiful website. Look at this right here. So this is going to be happening in 6 days, 22 hours, 41 minutes, and 39 seconds there. So from August 20th to the 22nd will be an online summit, and then an in-person event called It's Poppin' the Third on August 23rd in Houston. So regular attendees, live broadcasts, and replays, all content available right here. So that's $37. VIP attendees, live broadcasts, and all content available right here. And for $57, and then on-site event, It's Popping in the third, in-person only, all content available, valid until August 24th, 2025. So very reasonable prices. So all regular attendee perks, $37, summit workbook, 48-hour access to replays, Love After 50, starring a new chapter ebook, all VIP attendee perks, $57, which, by the way, which would be a $599 value. The all regular attendee perks would be a $299 value. But back to the all VIP attendee perks: unlimited replays of all sessions, 15-minute session with a matchmaker or dating coach, 100-word feature in our Fall Winter Summit magazine. And then for your spot at It's Poppin' in the Third in Houston, $29, $99 value, in-person Pop the Balloon style day experience, networking with like-minded singles and relationship experts, fun interactive games, and flirting mingling. That's what's up. That is what's up here. That is awesome. And then this is Dr. Lori Langford, known as Rich Auntie Lori, is award-winning educator, youth advocate, media personality dedicated to empowering underserved communities. She was recently featured on Netflix's Later Daters. She mentors through the Stephen Marjorie Harvey Foundation and Girls Who Brunch Tour as lead correspondent for ATL Plus magazine and star Later Dares. She amplifies underrepresented voices. A proud Delta Sigma Theta member, Dr. Hanford brings purpose, passion, and impact to every platform she graces, including the 40 Plus and Flirty Summit. I am so here for this. And I know it's just for 40-year-olds, but let me tell you something. If you are really trying to really learn from, the best of the best, I would say if you're 35, 30, go to this. And like I said, I know it said 40, but this woman here, Charisse Baguette, she don't look 40. She looked 30. So, but also, too, it's always important to be willing to learn. Like I said, I don't know if you can, do the virtual summit. Well, you can actually. You got to pay for it. But I would definitely go to this for sure. So shout out to this. I will drop the link in the chat. If you guys want to attend that, if you guys know anybody who is single in their 40s, definitely send them this link. I always love promoting good people doing good things in the neighborhood. So that's the link right there for the 40 and Flirty dating summit there. So very, very nice. All right, y'all. More Brilliance Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. From the Jasmine brand, Wendy Williams neurological diagnosis triggers Guardian's push to pause A&E lawsuit. So here we go. This came out 15 hours ago. Wendy Williams' medical evaluation is now complete, according to her court reporter guardian, Sabrina E. Morsley, who's asking to pause ongoing litigation with A&E over its 2024 documentary. In an August 5th filing, Morsley said medical specialists have formed an opinion concerning Wendy's current neurological condition diagnosis, including whether she has the ability to make decisions regarding the lawsuit. The opinion followed extensive medical and neuropsychological testing, including brain imaging. Morsley cited complications from challenges to the guardianship by Wendy's family and others, requesting a 3-month pause until the guardianship court rules on status. A&E agreed to the delay, but asked for an early deposition of Wendy's signed concerns over purported progressive neurological disease. Morsley sued A&E in 2024 over Where's Wendy Williams, which chronicled her talk shows in the guardianship's beginning. Wendy's lawyer, Joe Chicapina, recently said the guardianship sickens him, and Wendy has compared it to luxury prison. So, like I said, it's been time for Wendy to come home. And honestly, Sabrina Morsley is a piece of shit bastard who should have been swallowed by her mother. To keep Wendy this locked up, like, do you not have any other job? At all. And the thing that I would ask everybody, right, for people saying Wendy deserves this, that, the third, right? I'm not agreeing with everything that Wendy Williams has ever done. Like what she did to Method Man's wife, she will always not get cool points with me on that. But in the same token, she has made her own name. And not to mention, too, she has a son, right? And every son deserves a mother. So if this was happening to your mom, to your grandma, to your auntie, to your cousin, to your niece, right? To any woman that you know, would you put up with this same energy? You would not. So stop defending bullshit. Okay? And by the way, shout out to the Wendy Archive, a great YouTube channel that has been, chronicling and highlighting and, putting out Wendy's legacy. So shout out to the Wendy Archive. Love that YouTube channel there. All right, y'all. Speaking of a Williams, here's another one. Brittsh Williams is home. Okay, so from the Jasmine brand, Basketball Wives star Brittsh Williams released from prison, reunited with Dart following 2023 fraud conviction. So Brittsh Williams is home. Best known for her role on Basketball Wives, she pleaded guilty in May 2023 to 15 federal charges, including misuse of a social security number, bank fraud, wire fraud, making false statements to the IRS. Prosecutors said she committed multiple fraudulent schemes, including COVID relief fraud, totaling about $564,069 in losses. In October 2023, she was sentenced to 4 years in federal prison or to pay restitution and given 5 years of supervised release. This week, video surfaced showing Williams with her daughter, sparking speculation of her early release through good behavior, though no credible source has confirmed if if the conditions of her release. Either way, we're glad to see Brittsh home. What are your thoughts on seeing this reality star back outside? Well, like I said, I do think that a reality show will be coming, because to see somebody get out for good behavior and to see the aftermath of how they're going to pay back this restitution. The smart thing to do would be to get a spinoff show and, do however many episodes that she needs to do it, and just pay her in the amount that she needs to pay. So because it's over $500,000, you do 5 episodes, $100,000 each, and then there you go. But we'll see, though. We shall see. That wasn't bad if she still had a little money left. Praying hand emojis and praise God. So there's some people that are happy that she is out. So we'll see. All right, y'all. More Brotherly Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here and right now. This comes to us from SF Gates right here. Disneyland has teased opening a third park. Here's everything we know. And this came out on my birthday. Yay! That's good. That's very, very good. The company's expansion plans point to big things down the road. Now, this is the new entrance area, including pedestrian bridge over Harbor Boulevard, planned for the Disneyland Resort. So that looks amazing. Okay, I cannot wait for that to come through. Now, of course, Disney has, deaded a lot of projects in the past, so we'll believe it when we see it, but let's roll on. For years, the narrative has been the same. Disneyland's footprint is so small, so constricted by its neighborhood sin that it can't expand. That's true, but loved lands and attractions have been sacrificed in the name of new offerings, but it's also particularly untrue. The Disneyland Resort owns a lot more space than just what currently guests are facing. The issue for decades, strict zoning mandates imposed by the city of Anaheim have meant the company has been able to use that land strategically. Changing that zoning was the whole point of Disneyland 4, an ambitious planning proposal that Anaheim approved last year. It redistricted the company's existing property, allowing for a larger scale development. So far, new Avatar-themed land, Coco Ride, and transportation hub have been announced, but down the pipeline, the announcements could be much bigger. New attractions and entertainment outside park gates, or even entirely new theme park. Disneyland has dropped some small hints about opening a third gate, but hasn't said anything official, likely won't for years to come around. But when such large-scale preparations are underway, it's a strong indication that what the company present as possibilities in Disneyland 4 are more than theoretical behind the scenes. As a fan, I want a third theme park content creator, Dave Vaughn, who has been following Disneyland 4 closely, especially for its potential to include a third park, told SF Gate via phone. Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, are so popular that they need a reservation system, so give us more space. If there are so many people that want to experience these parks, then give us another park. So this is the Coco Ride, the planned Coco Ride here. What Disneyland has said about building a third park, the company refers to Disneyland 4 as a blueprint to guide the next generation creativity, development, and growth, hinting at vague possibilities for what could come next. In its early renderings and proposal, Disney labeled the now rezoned land as a new kind of Disney entertainment that could include theme park, hotel, retail, dining, and entertainment and concept art. The company chose a new transportation hub east of the resort with a pedestrian bridge across Harbor Boulevard and a shopping dining district, similar in scale to Disney Springs in Orlando, which is a much larger version of town Disney that's not geographically proximate to any theme park. The idea of a third park is especially intriguing following Universal Studios' successful launch of Epic Universe in May. A third gate, my lord, it's their fourth gate, you dumb fucks. Volcano Bay is their third theme park. Damn. Sick of y'all doing this dumb shit. Like I said, I get it from the outside looking in. It looks like a water park, yes. But water is life and life is joy. There's the story about the Waturi people, okay, that they were trying to find a new home. And they found this mini golden fish called Kanuku. So they kept going on and on and on until they could actually find it. And then you have this volcano god, right, which is the father of Volcano Bay, and the daughter fell in love with a person that she wasn't supposed to fall in love with. The father banned him to the moon, and the daughter cried so hard that her tears filled the water of Volcano Bay. It's a very deep story, ladies and gentlemen. So it is a water theme park. Damn, I did a whole live on it, calling some of y'all out on it. Shit. Moving on. I get urged when storytelling is not respected. Okay? A third gate at their, you know what, scratch that. A fourth gate at their Orlando resort, and the first major theme park to open in America in 24 years for Disney, which has comfortably been at the top of the theme park food chain since Walt Disney basically invented. The opening of Epic Universe represented the first real competition the company has seen in decades. At last year's D23, the Walt Disney Company announced a slate of projects that Disney experiences. Chairman Josh D'Amaro, who could be the new CEO of Disney, by the way, because Bob Iger is leaving Disney for the third time, I think. Promise we're already underway. Dirt is moving, he said at the August 2024 event. The announcements, to a certain extent, seemed like a response to what was coming down the pipeline at Universal Orlando. Among the projects were 2 new lands for Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom, a Cars-themed land replacing Tom Sawyer Island, which no one asked for at all, and adjacent Village Land, revived from a long dormant concept, which seemed to many rather like a direct response to Epic's Dark Universe monster themed land, which, yeah, it does. I mean, even though Villains Land has been talked about for years, right? And I'm trying to think. I think it was WDW Pro who said that I don't really like this. Is what he said. I don't like Villains Land really being in the Magic Kingdom, because the Magic Kingdom is supposed to be about magic and happiness and this, that, and the third. And I do agree with him, but also too, it's like, where else could you put it in the Magic Kingdom? Because Adventureland, because let's see here, let me bring up Magic Kingdom. I mean, he has a great point, for sure. Let me bring this up here. Bring this up. So you have Adventureland, Frontierland, Liberty Square, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland. So Fantasyland, there is the side of good and evil, right? You have Gaston with his own tavern. So Gaston is a villain, right? So he's in Fantasyland. So I see where they're going, but I also see where WDW Pro is saying that as well. Disneyland would see 6 new attractions. The unveiling of the already underway Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which Tiana's Bayou Adventure, a lot of people are not liking because the foundational attractions have left that made Disney. And from what I have seen of that, at first I thought people were being racist about Tiana. But from what I have seen, people love Tiana and they believe that she deserves her own ride, and this overlay really did do the best job, because there are audio animatronics that are breaking down, right? And not to mention too, the splash is not as strong as it was in Splash Mountain, right? Not to mention too, Tony Baxter, the legendary Imagineer Tony Baxter, he created He created Splash Mountain because of the Florida heat. And so those audio animatronics were specifically created to handle that heat, right? So yeah. And a new show at the Main Street Opera House in Disneyland, which is Walt Disney's, great moments with Walt Disney, which a lot of people are hating that Walt Disney audio animatronic. And I have to tell you, that was horrible. Once again, the concept art looked better than the actual attraction. And in Disney's California Adventure, a Coco ride, and the long-rumored Avatar Experience and Adventures Campus expansion with 2 new rides. Now, if you're wondering why you're not seeing Marvel at Disney, is because Universal has the Marvel comic rights in perpetuity. So as long as Universal keeps hold of the Marvel characters from the comics and how they looked from those comic days, they will always have that property. So, right. So this is the new Avatar Land. Now, they did a good job at Animal Kingdom, but all this right here, this would be very hard to recreate. I mean, that would have to be a lot of steel for that to happen. A year later, the Splash Mountain makeover into a Princess and the Frog theme is open, but the only new attraction that has opened is Walt Disney Magical Life. The show featuring Disney himself as an animatronic. Is likely that this will be the last new opening for the park for a long period of time. Construction is underway for the Avengers Campus expansion, but the Avatar and Coco additions are still a long way off. With construction slated to start next year, California Adventure is losing the ride. Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue, which will close in early 2026. Disneyland announced in June to make way for Avatar. But in comparison, okay, let me see. Right here. Sorry, y'all, give me a moment. Why in the hell are you doing the most right now? Sorry, y'all. There we go. Okay. But in comparison to what's happening at Disney's biggest competitor, the additions feel like small potatoes. In April, Universal announced a new park in England set to open in 2031. Weeks later, Universal Orlando opened its $7 billion Epic Universe park, offering an unsurpassed level of immersion and technological advancements on its attractions. Disney's announcement of an Abu Dhabi park, which is Disneyland Dubai. Don't know about Disneyland Dubai, go to Review Time, THYME, and type in Disneyland Dubai to see that, because that's basically all this is. The same month, felt rushed no line because about the park had been given and couldn't compete with Universal's dominance in both the news and in theme park fandom buzz. What that really means is about time for Disneyland to announce something big, something that will up the stakes and move forward for attendance and what CNN describes as media justified for guest dollars in the experience economy. And it can absolutely make Disney nervous, and it is. New York Times theme park journalist Brooke Barnes told National Public Radio in April 2025, when you talk to Disney, they tend to look at Universal very dismissively. To be candid, but Universal, they're watching Universal very carefully with Epic and Park because the initial responses have been pretty amazing. And I think that has really gotten Disney's attention. It certainly got the attention of Wall Street, which is paying attention to the dynamic and whether Disney loses visitors to Universal. So right here, you see this blue path here. A new kind of Disney entertainment could include theme park, hotel, retail, dining, and entertainment. So there is Disneyland. There's Disney's California Adventure right next door to each other. How Disneyland 4 could change the Anaheim resort area. It took Disney 3 years of glad handling to get Disneyland 4 approved, but even after all the community meetings and public discussion forums, the outcome wasn't assured. Before the resort's pandemic closure, Disneyland had two major projects fall through. A new transportation hub in 2017, essentially the same transportation hub currently in the works, killed by merchants concerned about disruptions to foot traffic, and a luxury hotel shelved in 2018 when Anaheim backed out of a tax break agreement because Disney changed the hotel's proposed location. And all of that was after a 2015 agreement between the company and the city that exempted Disneyland from having to charge entertainment tax for the following 30 years, provided the resort invested $1 billion in expansion. Under that agreement, construction had to start in 2017 and be completed by 2024, resulting in Star Wars Galaxy Edge, which opened in December 2019. A provision also allowed for another 15 years. 15-year extension as long as Disneyland invested another $500 million in the resort by the third-year expiry in 2045. That second investment was dependent on the approval of Disneyland 4. Essentially, if the company couldn't get its own land rezoned for different uses, there was no room to create better infrastructure necessary to move forward with any real expansion plans. From information Disney has released, we know where Avatar and Coco are going in Disney California Adventure, but we know where the transportation hub is slated to go. But beyond that, we don't know anything concrete about where Anaheim Disney Springs would go, location of a potential third park. Nothing concrete, but there are clues in Disney's renderings. There is land west of the Disneyland Hotel that looks right for expansion, but building on that space would sacrifice existing parking in the Simba lot and part of downtown Disney. Now, downtown Disney used to have a movie theater in the Anaheim downtown Disney. Now, remember when we talked about Dreamscape but Gamescape from Cinemark. I believe if they brought a Gamescape to Anaheim, California, and they put it as part of downtown Disney, that would do a lot of good. That would do a lot of good, because for those of you who may not remember Gamescape, we'll bring up Gamescape. Excuse me, sorry, y'all. Woo. My brain is still waking up, child. And like I said, I think Gamescape will probably be a new source of revenue and income for Cinemark. So right here, at Gamescape, you're the star of the show. Explore fun indoor group activities like arcade games, bowling, laser tags, and even a rope course. There's a restaurant, full bar, of course, a movie theater. It's perfect for rainy days, birthday parties, team building, or just because, whether you're chasing the rush or just looking to unwind, Gamescape is your new go-to spot. So I think they have like 7 movie theaters inside Gamescape. So I think if Gamescape, and yes, that is laser tag, you can experience laser tag as well. I think if Gamescape came to downtown Disney, Anaheim, California, I think it would do a lot of good. Let's see here. In part, downtown Disney, it will also deeply affect guest experience at the Disneyland Hotel and Pixar Place Hotel during years of construction. So this is potentially what could happen with the expansion of Disneyland. Sorry, y'all. If you have a huge amount of land behind your hotel that you want to build on, you would have to get rezoned. Dusty Sage, owner of Disney fan site Mice Chat, told SF Gate. Sage attended the most Disneyland Forward meetings for the 3-year process for his site. They got that approved, and now they're able to build the new parking structure across from Harbor, which frees up the Toy Story lot, which frees up expansion, which will allow them to build perhaps shopping and entertainment and a hotel in that parking lot space, which is where he thinks Disney Springs makes sense to build. If a hotel is part of the plan, which there is room for, as a Toy Story lot is roughly the same size as Disney's California Adventure, that allows Disney to start building around the Disneyland Hotel, Pixar Place Hotel, with less customer disruption. It's a domino effect project, he added. The third park he speculates could go in that land west of those 2 hotels. But again, Disney has not said anything about other than the developments could be a theme park. The company's announced $1.9 billion investment over the next 10 years isn't anywhere close to what it will cost to build an entirely new third gate, especially when international parks are adding large-scale elements like the World of Frozen, Disneyland Paris, and Hong Kong Disneyland and Fantasy Springs, with elements of Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan, and Tokyo Disney Sea. Other wildly popular but mostly untapped intellectual property at Disneyland could include Encanto, which is again a new attraction and land at Disney's Animal Kingdom, in Orlando, which is the Tropical Americas, and Zootopia, which has a dedicated land at Shanghai Disneyland. When asked for comment, Disney officials responded that concept art released at Disneyland Forward is for ideas and inspiration only, and that the company has not yet announced where or in what format coming attractions might be. So, I remember when I was here with Floriton, and we talked about the concept art for Disney, for Universal Epic Universe, and how the colors were subdued in the Nintendo Land section, the Super Nintendo World section, right? So, this is very, that looks like a hotel, but this also looks like an attraction, right? So all of this is not really defined. I mean, it looks kind of defined. Of course, you can tell that's a hotel there, right? But they're keeping it very vague. They're not giving any, big colors to let us know from what franchises it could be, right? So this is it here, what a Disney Springs inspired area could look like at Disneyland, right? And this is the thing. Why are we recreating stuff? Like, here's the thing, before anybody gets on me, I know that there's a city walk at Universal Studios Hollywood and at Universal Orlando Resort, right? But also, too, there was something special about Downtown Disney, that brand, right? And so, is Downtown Disney going away? Or, because I've been thinking about this too, could Downtown Disney be a part of their experiences division? Follow me. So remember when I talked about Golden Oak from Walt Disney World Resort? And we also learned about that live-in community that they're building. I think that downtowns would embrace a Downtown Disney or a Universal City Walk in their city. So imagine, right, because you have Frisco, Texas, right, where a Universal Kid Resort is going to be. Imagine they bring a Universal City Walk to Texas. Imagine Universal City Walk to Little Rock, Arkansas, right? Or Disney Springs in Little Rock, Arkansas, or Downtown Disney in Little Rock, Arkansas. So I'm not saying that's happening, but I can definitely see it, forming. Expansion is inevitable, but hasn't been fully decided yet. There's no question that as far as the company is concerned, more is more. Guests need and want more. Jeanette Lemboy, Disney portfolio executive at Walt Disney Imagineering, told the LA Times in 2021, the company, it should be noted, said at the time that a third park was not a part of the plan. The city seems to agree with the expansion. The economic benefit of turning parking lots into visitor attractions is obvious. Anaheim spokesperson Mike Lesser told the LA Times, Los Angeles Times in 2024, a bigger version of Downtown Disney, similar to Orlando's Disney Springs, would give people more options for dining, shopping, and entertainment. It would also give locals more of a reason to hang out in Anaheim and spend money at Disney without having to step foot inside the park. I am probably most excited in the short run for them to build the entertainment district on the Toy Story lot, because it would bring the higher end immersive dining and shopping experiences like Disney Springs that we expect and have never gotten at Disneyland. Sage added the concept art for the area shows at the Indiana Jones, Lock Lindsay's Hangar Bar and Paradiso 37, a tapas restaurant, which are both in Orlando's Disney Springs now. But the expansion stops there. That brings up a potential issue with the theme parks. More people who likely want to visit, but not much room to accommodate them. Even with new lands, more space adding to the two existing parks, there's a definite limit on capacity. My worry is if you just extend the parks and you add another 30% capacity, what happens to everybody when they want to watch the fireworks at the end of the night? How does that work with Main Street? Everybody's coming through the same gate. I worry about operations and overcrowding with the classic attractions. So this is a concept rendering of Disneyland Resort East Side. So this is what it could look like. Here you got some restaurants maybe, and some indoor attractions maybe. So that is that there. Will Disneyland announce a third park anytime soon? The annual D23 convention is happening at the end of August. It's likely the company will provide some updates on Disneyland's current projects and future expansion. This year's events at Walt Disney World, so the biggest news regarding theme parks will likely be more focused towards that resort. If the company is planning a third park announcement, it makes sense to wait until next year's D23 when the event will be back in Anaheim, and the crowd will likely comprise more SoCal locals and Disneyland fans than it will this year in Orlando. But that's an overly optimistic, some might say Disney fiend timeline. Plans are likely years from being ready and rely on the success of shorter-term projects that are happening first. I just think that that's so exciting because it allows the resort time to do what they need to do to really make a better Disneyland theme park experience. Sage added, if they don't build that, they'll be more reluctant to go big on the new park stuff because they don't want to lose revenue 5 years building a new theme park. Editor's note: this story was updated at 8:20 p.m. August 10th to add information from Disneyland. So there it is there on that. Whew, that was a lot, child. So what do I think about this story? I think that's on the way. Like I said, we did a Disneyland deep dive, and I redid Disney's California Adventure as Disney's composition of magic theme park. And we also talked about a potential third gate and what it could be. It could be a water park. It could be another intellectual property. Personally, I think a water park based on Epic Mickey would be really cool because, for one, like, you already got 2 theme parks and it gets hot out in California. So imagine a water park out there would be amazing. You already got Six Flags Hurricane Harbor out there, right? So that is that there. So, all right, y'all. More Brinley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here and right now. This is from News Nation. TSA lets millions use digital ID as Arkansas becomes the latest to approve it. Okay, here we go. Here. Airport passengers across the United States will have an easier way to get through Transportation Security Administration checkpoints. Arkansas this week became the latest state to allow passengers to use digital identification instead of a physical license or ID, according to the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Mobile IDs can also be shown in place of a boarding pass. The Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration is focused on streamlining and improving services we provide Arkansans, said Jim Hudson, Department Secretary. Using mobile ID to board a flight will make travel easier for citizens. We encourage Arkansans who have not obtained their mobile ID to take advantage of this innovative free tool. So far, more than 30,000 people in Arkansas have downloaded the mobile ID. So which states are using mobile ID? Mobile ID is available at airports in Arizona, California, Colorado, New York, Georgia, Hawaii, Louisiana, Iowa, New Mexico, Maryland, Ohio, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, Puerto Rico, and now Arkansas. While more states and territories are adopting mobile ID, the programs or applications used to store IDs aren't uniform. For example, California allows passengers to store their digital IDs in the California DMV Wallet app, as well as Apple Wallet and Google Wallet, while New York only allows people to use the mobile ID app according to the TSA. In May, the TSA began requiring passengers to have a real ID in order to board a domestic flight or enter certain federal facilities. Passengers without a real ID may still be able to fly, but must go through additional security steps according to the TSA. So just wanted you guys to know about that. I think that is a great thing that states are evolving with travelers, because travel is already costly as it is. It's getting more costly. We talked about Las Vegas and how tourism dollars are going down because of, tariffs. My mom says because of the president too, and I agree with that. I mean, you would feel more free to travel the country in the world for Kamala Harris than a 47. Just keeping it a buck. But the rest of America decided to be an idiot, and so now we're stuck with this for 4 years. Even though there's a mini article saying Kamala Harris won the election. So there is that. All right, y'all. Finally, check this out. So happy about this. This comes to us from the U.S. Sun. Walmart and Target among stores to be forced to limit self-checkout machines under the new bill. Let me say that 2 more times. Walmart and Target among stores to be forced to limit use of self-checkout machines under new bill. Walmart and Target among stores to be forced to limit use of self-checkout machines under new bill. Many shoppers shared that they were happy about the changes. Walmart and Target shoppers may see new changes regarding the retail self-checkout setups as a new bill makes its way to the House. The impending legislation, if passed, will restrict the use of the controversial self-serve machines in grocery stores. The first self-checkout machine was rolled out at a Kroger in Atlanta, Georgia, nearly 4 decades ago, technology that has since become mainstream in the retail industry. These machines surged in popularity during the pandemic. Many retailers have since taken strides to cut back on their reliance on self-checkout due to a surge in theft, as well as concerns regarding its impact on cashiers' jobs and the customer experience. Every time I go to a grocery store, my mom says we're going to go through a line because she wants people to be able to have a job. and I do the same thing most of the time. It depends on if I'm busy or not, but most of the time I try my very best. Let's see here. Several states are rolling out the new legislation to limit the role of the digital kiosk in retail, including Rhode Island. Senate President Valerie Lawson introduced a bill that restricts self-checkout lanes in grocery stores, which was approved by the Senate in May and has since been sent to the House for a vote. Should the bill garner enough support, it would limit grocery stores to no more than 6 automated checkout stations and require at least 1 traditional checkout lane for every 2 self-service machines. Senator Lawson proposed the bill out of concern for cashiers as well as shoppers who struggle with frustrating self-checkout experiences, especially elderly customers. We've all experienced frustration at self-service checkout. And this experience can be far more challenging for elderly members of the community, said Lawson in a press release. This bill will provide options for the consumer by making sure staff checkout lanes are always available and will improve the store environment for workers and consumers. When stores use too many self-checkout stations, it can cut workers' hours and leave some workers struggling to manually cover 8 different self-checkout stations on their own. This bill protects workers as well as consumers. Once passed, the bill will only affect Rhode Island retailers that make most of their money from groceries. Depending on the sales data or data of retail giants like Target and Walmart, shoppers at these stores could be impacted by legislation. On the other hand, customers of chains such as Dollar Tree and CVS would likely be unaffected. Shoppers react. Rhode Island shoppers shared their mixed opinions on the self-serving machines. Customer Diane Roja, for example, prefers traditional checkout. She told local NBC affiliate WJAR. Always seem to have trouble with the self-checkout lane. She said someone has to be called over, then you got the flashing light drawing attention to you. So I think I would just prefer the traditional checkout. By the way, retailers across the United States and Canada have rolled out strategies designed to combat theft. The U.S. has compiled a list of measures that have been implemented at stores: locking items in cabinets, security pegs, security camera signs, warning about the impact of theft, receipt scans, receipt checks, and carts with locking technology. Because at some self-checkout stations, you can manipulate the price. Yeah, I know. Shopper Karen Van Hatro agreed, arguing that self-checkout was not ideal for big grocery trips. I rarely use it unless I have 1 or 2 items in the lines, and the lines are all backed up. See, that's what I do. If I have 1 to 2 items, I go through self-checkout. It's quicker. But if I have groceries, then I usually go through a line. Said Van Hatro. If you do get into a problem, you have no one around to help you out, and when she does come, it takes too long. Several younger customers have shared that they prefer self-checkout over traditional lanes, calling them more efficient. Self-checkout shuffle. This is not the first time that legislation regarding self-checkout has been proposed in Rhode Island. A similar bill introduced last year, although it ultimately did not pass the House. Rhode Island isn't the only state eyeing self-checkout changes. For example, in California, the state Senate passed a bill last summer dictating that 1 worker would be needed for every 2 self-serve lanes. So as you can see right here, retailers are evolving their self-checkout strategy in an effort to speed up checkout times and reduce theft. Walmart shoppers were shocked when self-checkout lanes were at various locations were made only available for Walmart Plus members. What? Oh, wow. Other customers report that self-checkout was closed during specific hours and more cashiers were offered instead. While shoppers feel the shoplifting, feel the updates, a Walmart spokesperson revealed that store managers are simply experimenting with ways to improve checkout performance. Yeah, doing that move for only Walmart Plus members, that is not right at all. Because here's the thing, Walmart Plus members, they get their groceries delivered. So why give them priority at Walmart if they're already getting their groceries delivered? But that's just me, though. One bizarre experiment include a RFID self-powered checkout, self-checkout kiosk that would constantly stop the fierce contested receipt checks. However, that test run has been phased out. At Target, items are being limited to self-checkout. Last fall, the brand surveyed new express self-checkout lanes across 200 stores with 10 items less for more convenience. As of March 2024, this policy has has been expanded across 2,000 stores in the United States. Shoppers have also spotted their local Walmart stores restricting customers to 15 hours or less to use self-checkout machines. The bill will also restrict self-checkout to 15 hours or less and require one traditional checkout line to be open whenever self-service is available. Meanwhile, a proposal Washington is advancing that includes a rule of 15 item or less at self-checkout and similar staffing requirements. In Oregon, a 2020 ballot measure proposed banning grocery stores from operating more than 2 self-checkout lanes at any given time, although it ultimately failed to pass. Aside from self-checkout, other changes are underway in the retail industry. For example, Costco workers are fuming that the newest store policy change is disrupting our life as they beg shoppers to have a dose of patience. Meanwhile, Dollar Tree made the craziest self-change at all locations, and certain stores are worse than others. Wow. Well, what do I think about this story? I think it's a good thing that people are still being able to have jobs. I really, really do. Retail workers are important. Fast food workers are important. Every job that you think that nobody wants to do, we need those jobs because that makes the world go round. So as long as somebody is always trying to make a way for themselves to be better, we should appreciate that. So that's just my take there, y'all. We did that in an hour, 1 hour and 57 seconds there. Not too bad for a full-fledged show. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Of course, y'all know I got a positive news story for you all. Let's see here. Now, I saw this story here. Now, I thought this was really cool from the Jasmine brand. Octavia Spencer secretly paid Power Book 2 star Gianna Pablo's $5,000 monthly publicist fee when he was in debt. She didn't ask for the money back. During an appearance on a Harry Jowsey's Boyfriend Material podcast, Pablo revealed that after appearing in Power and filming Ma, he had $20,000 worth of credit card debt and could afford a $5,000 month publicist. I only made $6,000 on the movie. I'm just not going to get a publicist. Before the Ma press tour, Spencer invited the cast to dinner when Pablo explained his situation. She took action. She had called a publicist, paid for it completely, and then set me up with her whole team. He recalled she didn't ask for the money back. Never. Pablo said he repaid it after booking Power to book Ghost. First of all, shout out to Octavia Spencer for doing that. And also, too, let me tell you something. It does not hurt to be kind. And Octavia Spencer is a legend. I mean, to go from Hidden Figures to Ma, and by the way, Ma 2 is coming. I don't look at Octavia Spencer the same way again because she lost herself in that Ma role and did such a good job. And I feel like this goes to show that whether you sit high and look low or you sit low and look high, everybody's struggling. So shout out to Octavia Spencer for doing that great deed there. And shout out to Gianni Pablo for repaying that. He did not have to do that, but he did anyway because it was the right thing to do. So shout out to that. Yes, indeed. That's your positive news story for the day. I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we done the whole show for an hour. Yes, we have. Woo, child. Yes, indeed. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Yes, indeed. So, I'm not going to be here too much longer. I'm probably going to go out, get some groceries today. Speaking of groceries, I actually got to go get some myself. Yes, indeed. But no, a good show today. Very good show. Of course, talking about Danielle Spencer. Her passing away at 60. Quite sad, but I'm glad that she was able to make her own name for herself. And you can feel the love from everybody that cares about Danielle Spencer for sure. Then Sharon C Jenkins with that flirty and fun 40 dating summit. that sounds like a good time. Please go and support that. Of course, that is the link right there that is on the screen. It is, you gotta pay for it, but it is virtual with an in-person event on August 23rd. Wendy Williams, please get home, child. Like, this has been the saga of a lifetime, for sure. So please get home. Yes. Brittsh Williams is out. I believe a spinoff reality show could be on the way, so stay tuned for that. That's just my prediction. I could be wrong, but I do think after she got out of jail, I do think that a spinoff show is coming. Same thing with Karen Huger. I feel like, Real Housewives of Potomac is waiting until Karen Huger gets out of jail to make it do what it do for that. And then, of course, Disneyland, potentially, creating a third gate. I'm not surprised by that. I think it's been long overdue. Like I said, I think probably it will be a water park, more than likely. Or they could do an elemental water park. I know what you're thinking, like, how would that work? Well, Ember is fire, so you could probably do like orange water or red water, you know what I mean? So I think that would be kind of cool. You know how like the World of Color has all the water under different colors? I think that would be cool. So then you have travel and the digital ID. I think that is awesome. Hopefully every state adopts that, so that way people can actually fly. I feel like the real ID thing, like I get what they're trying to do, but like it's stupid. Because it reminds you of a particular event from way back in the day, where if you say the name in Germany, that you have consequences for it. Yeah, reminds me of that, because they also had gold stars during their horrific event. And then, of course, retail and the self-checkout lanes, the fact that they are trying to control those and keep people having a job. I think that is wonderful. And then, of course, this wonderful story from Danielle Spencer doing that. Just a great woman there. So, with that being said, everybody, we're going to take a little commercial break, and then we'll come back and probably wrap things up here on Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life. 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides, and here we go!
Okay, y'all. Now, this is huge. I may have to do this later on tonight. I just saw something for me to take out that is huge. Absolutely huge. So we'll talk about that later on tonight at 6 o'clock. Just want to come back to let you guys know about that. Okay. All right, here we go. Back to our commercial break.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life. 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides, and here we go life. Escape to the one more please, wherever you please life, and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
When we start a project, we always start with story. That story is key. So we began with the story of the Waturi people. The myth of the Waturi people is that long ago, they set out on their outrigger canoes looking for a new home. There was a legend that said they could only find this new home with the help of this mini golden-finned fish called kanuku. And they searched across Pacifica and Polynesia, and they visited all these islands. They went to Bali and Tahiti and went as far as Rapa Nui, Easter Island. Along the way, they made friends, collected sort of the culture, and they sailed on and on and on, and they almost to the edge of the world. There, to their amazement, was Kanuku. And she turned to the people and said, "You are ready." Turned and swam away. They followed, and within a day, they caught sight of this smoking mountain on the horizon, which was Volcano Bay. And it was pristine, beautiful, lush, everything that they would want in a home. And that's the backstory that informs everything we do in our design. The idea here is to create the best experience. We know what our guests want. They want the thrill and excitement of our theme parks, but they also want a place where they can relax and chill out and feel pampered. Nobody wants to stand in line. And so we said, let's get rid of them. Nobody wants to carry rafts up a ride tower all the way to the top. So we said, let's do that for you. Exhilaration and excitement and relaxation. That's what you're gonna get at Volcano Bay.
What is this feeling that everyone's feeling?
Ding, ding, ding.
With such feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This winning feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This tingle of success. This sensation of triumph.
Ding, ding, ding.
This
Oh, I can feel it.
This season, everyone gets the winning feeling. Win guaranteed prizes like $250 grand and more. Only at Dave & Buster's.
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. It is 15 minutes after the top of the hour, 12 o'clock here on August 13th of 2025, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Here, I'm just trying to check on something for y'all real quick. Okay. So I'm getting conflicting reports, y'all. And I'll come on camera and let y'all know what's going on because I was going to talk about it at 6 o'clock, but since it's just us here. So this is a story that I saw just now on MediaTakeout.com, right? So let me come on camera for this. Hello. Shout out to Luigi from Mario Brothers. From MediaTakeout.com, it says, judge releasing Wendy Williams from conservatorship in November. Now, like I said, Media Takeout is like a grain of salt, so you got to take it for what it is. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. But it says here, Wendy Williams set to end guardianship on November 5th. Fans hope for a comeback. Wendy Williams could soon be reclaiming control of her life and career. Media Takeout has confirmed that media talk show legends court order guardianship is set to end on November 5th following a medical evaluation that didn't go in her favor. Since May of 2022, Wendy's finances and health decisions have been under control of legal guardian attorney Sabrina Morris. That arrangement was initially put in place to protect her amid serious health struggles. For fans, though, it has been a long and frustrating chapter marked by speculation, legal disputes, and uncertainty about the real state of her well-being, right? According to court documents reviewed by Media Takeout, Wendy recently underwent an extensive round of medical and neuropsychological exams, including brain scans. The filings did not reveal full results, but doctors provided a clear opinion on the condition behind the scenes. Sources say her 2023 diagnosis. Frontotemporal dementia, FTD, aphasia remains part of her medical record, but insiders close to Wendy insist that she is still capable of handling her own affairs. That's a message Wendy herself has been pushing for months. Back in March, she called into Good Day New York with Rosanna Scotto after being hospitalized and said she had taken and passed mental competency tests. I passed with flying colors, she declared, before to let her caretaker, Gina Monteresa, added she's been deemed she is not incapacitated. Guardianship extension, but not for long. The new court filing show Morsey is asking for a short extension of guardianship until November 5th, citing complications caused by various parties, including Wendy's ex-husband as family members who have indicated plans to challenge the guardianship and Morsey's role in it. This legal back and forth has been going on for some time. In February 2024, Wendy's care team reaffirmed her dementia and aphasia diagnoses, which can cause language problems, memory loss, personality changes. In November 2024, during her dispute with A&E over the Where is Wendy Williams docuseries, Morsey described her as permanently disabled and legally incapacitated. Chronicle Speaks says otherwise, so shout Chronicle Speaks there. Still, Wendy has been vocal about wanting her independence back, portraying herself as ready to make her own decisions and possibly make a public return. Fan reaction and caution. On social media, the reaction to the news has been mixed. Some fans are thrilled, framing this as the comeback moment they've been waiting for. We miss you, Wendy. Take your crown back. One fan wrote on Twitter. Others are more cautious, urging to protect her health first. Please don't rush back to work. Focus on you. One support commented. Wendy's ability to spark conversation is still intact, even without a daily talk show. Her name trends whenever updates break, proof that her audience is still invested. So here is a document from the Institute of Integrative Psychiatry. So right here, to Lori Schiller of Wells Fargo Bank regarding Wendy Williams. Now, this was January 20th, 2022. So this was a while back. Dear Ms. Schiller, Ms. Williams has been my patient for over a year now. Over the last 6 months, she has been unable to make reasoned decisions, and her insight and judgment have been severely impaired. What happens after November 5th? If the guardianship ends as planned, Wendy will have full control over her personal life and financial affairs for the first time in more than 2 years. Whether that means a return to TV, a podcast, or simply live an quieter life, no one knows for sure. What is clear is that Wendy has no intention of fading quietly into the background. Her public statements and court maneuvers suggest that she's been prepared for this moment, one where she calls the shots again. For the millions who watch her build an empire on unfiltered commentary, fearless interviews, the possibility of seeing her back in action is exciting. But for us, the hope is simply that she can live her life without the legal constraints and health concerns that have defined the last few years. As of now, November 5th is circled on the calendar, a date that could mark the start of Wendy Williams' next chapter, whether it's a comeback or to the spotlight or retreat from it. One thing's for sure, she'll be making that choice herself. So I see that, right? So then I copied that title, that headline right here. But then it says here, Wendy Williams' guardianship is upheld from Essence, right? So I don't know which one is the one, right? That is truthfully going on. Okay, so I'm going to read this one from Essence as well. Wendy Williams' guardianship is upheld after new medical exam results. Williams has been found to be free from her court-appointed guardianship, which began back in 2022. The new examination results could create a setback. Former talk show host Wendy Williams has been fined for her freedom since her court-ordered legal guardianship began in 2022. Unfortunately, it does not look like that freedom is coming soon. The media mogul recently had another medical exam to determine her neurological condition and ability to manage her own affairs. She said tests included a significant number of tests, both medical and neuropsychological, and scans including brain imaging. According to legal documents obtained by People Magazine, people.com, the results upheld Williams' frontotemporal dementia, FTD, aphasia diagnosis. The 61-year-old was initially diagnosed with the condition in 2023 amid Wendy's diagnosis being upheld. An attorney for the talk show host Guardian, Sabrina Morsey, has requested the court extend the guardianship for 3 months, making the end day November 5th. The attorney also added complications have arisen due to various parties, including counsel for certain members of Williams' family, Williams' ex-husband. Others have indicated their intention to challenge with the guardianship itself, as well as Miss Morsley's status as guardian. Wendy's recent examination results don't align with the mental competency test results that the media star got back in March. At the time, she was moved from her assisted living facility in New York and taken to the hospital by the New York Police Department. The following day, Williams called into Good Day New York and told them I passed with flying colors as it related to the mental competency test. Her caretaker, Gina Marchesa, who accompanied her to the hospital, expanded on those results, telling Good Day New York she had those tests and she's been deemed that she is not incapacitated. In November 2024, Morsley claimed Williams was deemed permanently incapacitated at court filing. In January, Wendy to the hearts of fans globally, where she opened up about the prison-like conditions of her conservatorship. I'm not cognitively impaired, but I feel like I am in a prison, Williams said during a phone interview with the Breakfast Club. I am definitely isolated to talk to these people who live here. That's not my cup of tea. In the midst of Wendy's trials and tribulations in June, she also had a deal for ex-husband Kelvin Hunter filing a $250 million lawsuit against Morsley. The judge who presided over a case, Lisa Skorkoff, without her consent. The talk show host told TMZ she had no idea her ex was filing the suit, nor do I want him to be a part of my life like that. No, Williams continued, because I am divorced forever. So those are the two reports there. Like I said, media takeouts and needle on haystack. So Wendy could be getting out November 5th, or the guardianship could still be upheld depending on what happens with that. So just want to come on camera and give you guys that. Back off camera. So we'll rock it out here until 1 hour and 30 minutes. Ooh, excuse me, sir. I need to do that today. Actually, let me do that right now while I am live with you guys. Let me do this. See something. Is this the one? Yep. Okay, that's the one. That's the one I need. Okay. Yes, I definitely want to do that. Okay, let me do this. 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 Sorry, y'all. Just checking out something here. Just checking on something. Yeah, hopefully everything's okay with Wendy. Like, I really want her to win this thing. And like I said, she deserves to have her son. Like, that's the bottom line. Like, at some point in time, y'all, we gotta be bigger than wanting to be right about somebody, right? So we should be more about that energy, right? So all right. Here. Let me do this. Okay, got it. So that means I gotta hustle today. It's fine. We'll make it happen. We always do somehow. All right, y'all. That is it for me. One love, much love, all love. I feel love and send it right back to you. I'll wait until we get to 1 hour and 30 minutes to give y'all that solid time there, and then we will head on out. Lord, gotta go get groceries. Then I got a meeting. So yeah. Well, a good show today. Lord. Yes, indeed. Almost there to that last minute there. We will head on out. And there it is, 1 hour, 30 minutes. All right, y'all. One love, much love, all love. I feel love and send it right back to you. Thank you, one person, for being here. If you missed anything this morning, go back and watch the replay, everybody. One love, much love, all love. I feel love and send it right back to you. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, You rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.